And Harry and Meghan back in the spotlight. Here's our royal insider, Patricia Treble, who joins us now for an update. Patricia, let's begin with the news that Harry and Meghan, their production company, they have bought, apparently, the film rights. But you've got some news, an update on that as to who really, truly bought this for Netflix. Was it Harry and Meghan or was it Netflix?
Well, did you notice that last week, royals were on vacation, all of a sudden Harry and Meghan are everywhere? It was like just Harry and Meghan palooza. So this is the story. So the author, Carly Fortune, has confirmed that her best-selling romance, Meet Me at the Lake, has been optioned by Harry and Meghan for Netflix. As you said, part of the Netflix deal. Page 6 is saying that it's actually Netflix that bought it, which suggests that they are in the driver's seat. But $3 million, apparently, the reported price. And of course, see if this sounds familiar. So Carly Fortune, Toronto author, it's about two people in their mid-30s who meet and fall in love in Toronto. Yeah.
That rings a bell. Okay.
And this is a big deal because, of course, it would be the first, if it goes to air, it would be the first non-royal related project that has been aired by Harry and Meghan on Netflix. The other caveat, of course, is you've still got the writers and actors strike. So do not expect this coming up in the next few months. This sort of thing takes a long time. But it's kind of, as you said, the next step in their evolution at Netflix.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. Depending on the strike, I mean, it could be 18 months, maybe a couple of years before this comes to fruition.
Yeah, Netflix tends to push these things through pretty quickly. So I would hope in a year, maybe, if we can get everything, if everything lines up perfectly.
Okay, we shall see. Also some buzz over Meghan being back on Instagram.
Yeah. So there is this account, I will confess I am following it too. It's called Meghan. For obvious reasons. It has 35,000 followers. It has no posts because the assumption is, the buzz is, that this is Meghan's new Instagram account. Now remember, before she was got engaged to Harry, she had a really, really popular Instagram account called The Take. 3 million followers. And it was a lifestyle influencer account. And she had mentioned she wants to get back. And we might be seeing hints of laying the groundwork because in the last week when she was seen in public, if you noticed her clothes weren't the big expensive designer clothes that she normally wears, but they were more Instagram aspirational clothes. So in the range of like $350 to $500 clothes. So this might be signaling that she's going to come back.
All right, so we're waiting for the first post, though,
Absolutely.
on that account, right? Okay. A lot of eyes watching that. So, meanwhile, Harry and Meghan also making news. They were out on a date night recently in Montecito.
Yep. And let's face it, she turned 42 last week, and they've had a lot of speculation about their marriage, so I was expecting this. When even People magazine is talking about them being under pressure, you knew that there were going to be pictures of them, and they were out with friends. They went to a local restaurant, and very laid back California vibe. I mean, Harry had a linen shirt on, kind of crumpled. Meghan had a great little tube dress on that was fabulous, and it kind of signals that they know that they've had some bad press and they're trying to work to counteract it.
Okay, and despite that date night, he was still jet setting all over the place.
Exactly. So last week they were together because this week he's gone. He's off to Asia. So on Wednesday, he's going to be in Hong Kong for a sport and philanthropy summit. And it's linked to what's coming up on Saturday, which is the big Centabali polo match in Singapore. So he's going from Hong Kong to Singapore. This same company is sponsoring both events. And this is the one that he's done for years because he co-founded Centabali, which is a charity that aids youth dealing with poverty and HIV in Southern Africa. And he's been doing this since 2006.
All right. Yeah. So, well, Harry and Meghan have been making a lot of headlines because, as you mentioned off the top, the royals, they were all on vacation.
Yep.
Except save one, because apparently the King Charles, this is a bit of a working vacation.
So, look, if you're going to go to the Highlands of Scotland, you go to a Highland Games, you have some whiskey, and you enjoy the spectacle. And this is what he does. He does this every year. It's the lead up for the big summer vacation of Balmoral, and he goes to the very tip of Scotland, to the Castle of May. And if you remember that name, it's because the Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, his grandmother, renovated this ruined castle. And so he goes back, it's now open to the public, and he goes there every year. He does a few engagements up there, and he takes part in the Highland Games. And so now we're going to see them, all the shift is now to Balmoral. And of course, this is going to be the first summer at Balmoral He's now monarch, and it's the first one without the Queen. So everything is going to be slightly different. So this is a tradition, though, he's keeping.
All right. Thank you for this update.
You're more than welcome.
Always.